Amis auditeurs de la Voix des Garlacs, bonsoir. Après une semaine de pause dans nos émissions, nous revenons vers vous pour présenter de nouveau des chroniques sur la région des Garlacs, notamment sur le Rwanda, sur la République démocratique du Congo qui, rappelons-le, est dans le processus électoral du président de la République et des autres responsables au niveau des provinces, au niveau de la députation nationale et au niveau aussi des conseils communaux. Nous en parlerons à partir de demain parce que nous n'avons pas voulu faire des analyses basées sur des éléments non encore confirmés, notamment concernant le comptage des voix des candidats. Parce qu'il y avait beaucoup de controverses, beaucoup de polémiques inutiles parfois, mais aussi utiles. Et nous comptons, à partir de demain, vous informer et vous donner nos analyses factuelles et aussi juridiques, tant que cela est possible. Ce soir, nous allons parler d'une affaire qui a quand même fait couler beaucoup d'encre et de salive. Il s'agit de deux déclarations importantes, voire trois, faites par un certain monsieur Joseck Kunda, qui est un Zambien, qui déclare être l'ambassadeur national de son pays pour les droits de l'homme et pour les valeurs nationales, pour la protection des valeurs nationales, et qui a fait une descente, une sortie remarquée contre l'ambassadeur du Rwanda dans ce pays, M. Amandin Rugira. Alors, nous vous parlerons d'abord dans la première partie que nous vous livrons ce soir, malheureusement encore en anglais. Nous allons la traduire à partir de demain en français, la mettre à la disposition de notre public francophone. Et ce soir, nous vous la présentons en anglais. Alors, de quoi parlait M. Joseck Kunda? C'était autour de la 3e semaine du mois de décembre 2023. Alors, ce monsieur est parvenu à convaincre le gouvernement zambien, puisqu'il est zambien lui-même, après l'avoir mis en garde contre les propos malveillants et peu scrupuleux de l'ambassadeur rwandais à Lusaka, il a convaincu le gouvernement zambien de prendre une position ferme contre les propos je dirais même marqué par l'impolitesse et par le manque de respect à l'égard de l'autorité zambienne et de la nation zambienne tout simplement. Parce que M. Rugira Amandin, l'ambassadeur du Rwanda, de KAGAME, qui a servi dans plusieurs postes, il a servi en République démocratique du Congo, il a servi dans plusieurs autres capitales, avait déclaré que la majorité des Zambiens étaient des paresseux et que de ce fait, la population de ce pays dépendait des réfugiés rwandais. Que c'est eux qui travaillaient les terres, que c'est eux qui tenaient le commerce en Zambie. Ce n'était pas pour les féliciter, au contraire, c'était pour essayer de provoquer des jalousies de manière à les faire détester par la population zambienne. Alors, M. Rugira avait enregistré un message audio, effectivement, dans une interview qu'il avait donnée sur YouTube. Et il avait donc déclaré que les Zambiens sont des paresseux et qu'ils comptent sur les réfugiés rwandais pour survivre. Parce que tout simplement, ces réfugiés rwandais posséderaient 90% des magasins en activité en Zambie. Figurez-vous, quelques dizaines de milliers peut-être de réfugiés rwandais qui tiendraient l'économie zambienne en main. On ne peut pas faire mieux pour les faire détester ou provoquer la jalousie des Zambiens. C'était l'objectif de M. Amandin Rugira et c'était l'objectif du FPR de KAGAME. C'est l'objectif affiché depuis plusieurs années par le gouvernement rwandais afin de déstabiliser durablement la communauté des réfugiés rwandais dans les pays africains notamment, mais aussi ailleurs. Alors donc, M. Joseck Kunda, pas Joseph, c'est Joseck Kunda, qui est donc l'ambassadeur chargé de promouvoir les valeurs nationales en Zambie. Il a fait 2 déclarations dans lesquelles il avertissait l'ambassadeur Amandin Rugira d'éviter de se mêler de questions qui pourraient affecter la sécurité intérieure de la Zambie. Et d'ajouter, nous voulons également lui rappeler à l'ambassadeur Rugira la souveraineté de notre pays et qu'il doit avoir des limites à ne pas dépasser chaque fois qu'il envisage de parler de ce qui se passe dans notre pays, la Zambie. Effectivement, aller prétendre que les Zambiens sont des paresseux, qu'ils doivent leur survie à la présence des réfugiés rwandais, c'est de la provocation pure et simple. C'est un manque de respect. M. Joseck Kunda a donc déclaré qu'il était bien conscient qu'il existe des règles de conduite, des procédures régissant les diplomates représentant les pays étrangers en Zambie. Et il a ajouté qu'il est important pour les ambassadeurs de prendre parti lorsque l'on parle des affaires intérieures du pays hôte. M. Joseck Kunda, conseiller du président Hakainde, a donc déclaré que les paroles de l'ambassadeur Rugira, l'ambassadeur du Rwanda à Lusaka, pourraient avoir quelque chose à voir avec la demande que le gouvernement du Rwanda a adressée à la Zambie, demande formulée par le gouvernement rwandais et qui demandait qu'on envoie un de nos confrères réfugiés en Zambie au Rwanda en alléguant qu'il aurait commis le génocide contre les Tutsis. Et donc pour cela, M. Kunda accuse le diplomate d'ingérence dans les affaires intérieures de la Zambie et d'utiliser les réfugiés dans son propre intérêt. Dans un double intérêt, c'est-à-dire d'abord déstabiliser la communauté des réfugiés et les faire détester par la communauté zambienne en désignant tous les réfugiés, ou tout pratiquement, comme des génocidaires. Et cela est inacceptable. C'est à la suite de cela donc que M. Kunda a demandé au ministère zambien des Affaires étrangères de réagir et de condamner les propos du diplomate rwandais. Mais au fait, qui est Joseck Kunda. C'est dans cette vidéo que nous faisons suivre que les anglophones pourront bien saisir qui il est, pourquoi il est persécuté par le gouvernement rwandais, parce qu'à la suite de ces déclarations, il a été bien sûr menacé de mort même. Et certains ont prétendu qu'il n'avait aucune forme de compétence pour interpeller un diplomate étranger. Écoutons M. Joseck Kunda, qui explique qui il est, qui explique quelles sont les limites de ses compétences, sa mission au niveau de la Zambie, et pourquoi il a dit et fait ce qu'il a fait.
Good evening, countrymen and women, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. I wish to issue this statement in my own capacity as national ambassador for national values and principles, and at the same time, the chief executive officer for the movement for promoting national values and principles. For quite some time now, many people have been wondering about my role in the country. We have some people who claim that I am an imposter and that I assume too much of the authority that I do not have. Others feel that I end up commenting on issues that does not fall under my jurisdiction. Very few people are able to comprehend my role in the country. I want to take this opportunity to explain briefly about my role in the country. I have a twofold responsibility. I am a chief executive officer and founder for the Movement for Promoting National Values and Principles. This is an organization that is founded on Act number 8 and 9 of the Constitution of Zambia, Act number 2 of the 2016 amended Constitution. Now, this organization is about national values and principles. So anything to do with social justice, equity, equality or fairness, non-discrimination, constitutionalism, morality of the nation, sustainable development, national unity, a good governance, and human integrity, non-discrimination, and then patriotism, ethics, to mention but a few. All those values and principles fall under my office. When I comment on issues to do with governance, it means I'm handling an assignment that fall under national values. I may comment on matters to do with the divisions in the country, tribalism, nepotism. I may comment on matters that border on national unity. I may comment on matters to do with democracy and democratic tenets. I may comment on matters to do with ethics and the code of conduct and how things are supposed to be done in line and in tandem with what is established. That is falling under my jurisdiction. I may comment on the mistreatment and the abuse of the law enforcement officers. That is falling under my jurisdiction. I may comment on brutality, police brutality, the prejudice in the justice system. That is falling under my prerogative and my jurisdiction at the same time. My responsibility is a weighty one, reason being that national values and principles fall under the jurisdiction of His Excellency, the Republican President himself, because the President from 2016 is entitled reporting to Parliament on the progress and the actualization of national values in the country. Hence, I handle a heavy responsibility with regard to national values and principles. This responsibility is quite comprehensive. It's so broad, it's encompassing, it's wide. No wonder you find me discussing so many issues. I get involved in matters to do with transparency. I get involved in matters to do with accountability. I get involved in matters to do with human rights. I get involved in matters to do with governance issues. I get involved in matters to do with the electoral process. I get involved to do with mismanagement of resources in the country. I get involved in prudency and morality, the eligibility of individuals, the credibility of persons who are serving in the country. All that fall under my category. So it's quite involving. National values also include traditional affairs, cultural affairs. When we talk of Christian values, spirituality of the nation and the spirituality of the people, the well-being of the people, all those are incorporated and they are embodied within national values and principles. Therefore, my role is quite wide and robust at the same time. I'm not trying to assume myself to be better or greater than any other person, not at all. But I shoulder a heavy responsibility, a critical responsibility, a sensitive responsibility at the same time. Now, that is falling under the movement for promoting national values and principles. And as the chief executive officer, I have that responsibility to spearhead national values and principles. However, I have a second role in the nation. I am a national ambassador. I'm not an imposter. I'm appointed by the office of presidency. I'm not appointed by an individual, but by the office of the president. His Excellency, the Republican President, Hakainde Hichilema, sits on an institution that runs continuously, and this institution is protected and it's well secured and it's anchored on the special branch, men and women with integrity who are called special branch or office of the presidency officers. They are the ones who protect the integrity and the sacredness of the highest office in the country. And at the moment, we are saying His Excellency Hakainde Hichilema is sitting at the helm of this office. Himself, His Excellency, reports to this office. It's a very, very important and critical office in any country. This is the office that briefs the president on every happening in the country. This is the office or institution that holds the information of the country. This is the office that approves and carries out special investigations on any happening in the country, and it's supposed to keep His Excellency abreast of all the happenings in the country. All decisions that are made, all pronouncements that are made by His Excellency are supposed to have the blessings of the office of presidency. It is this office that made the recommendation about my appointment as national ambassador for national values and principles. Hence, I'm not an impositor. I'm a person with full blessings of the office of presidency. And I'm an approved representative of this special office. Hence, I cannot be said to be an impositor in the country at all. When I make certain pronouncements, when I issue certain statements, I don't issue them as a chief executive officer for the movement for promoting national values and principles. Instead, certain statements and utterances are issued on the basis that I am a representative of the state. Now, just briefly, what does it mean to be a national ambassador? It means I'm a national counselor. I provide counsel to the nation. I also provide guidance to the nation. I also serve as an arbitrator. I also serve as a spokesperson for the entire nation. I also serve as the eyes and ears of the Republic of Zambia, not the Zambian government, but the Republic of Zambia. I am above politics. I am above parties and politics. I'm not supposed to be aligned to any political party at all. Immediately, I'm identified to be aligned to the Patriotic Front, to the UPND, to the Socialist Party, to the NDC, to the EF party, or to any party, the DP and whatever. It means I'm compromised. and then I would fail to handle the assignment of a national ambassador. I am at the same time a counselor and an advisor to all political party leaders in the country. I can give counsel to each and every political party leader in the country. I can give guidance also to the government. I can give guidance to the branches of the organs of the government. I mean the three arms of government that include the judiciary, the legislature, and the executive, called the administration part of government. I am supposed to provide guidance to these institutions as well. I can write to each and every institution and give them a recommendation and my suggestions on how matters ought to be conducted. Hence, my role is quite robust and it's quite huge. It's quite wide. It's quite encompassing. Why am I prompted to give a brief explanation about my role in the nation? For some time now, I've been misunderstood by so many colleagues and fellow citizens in the Republic of Zambia. Many people feel for me and they fear for me, including some of my closest family members. They feel that certain matters that I comment on, I'm not supposed to. And they also fear that probably I could be shot dead, I could be killed, because sometimes I've discussed sensitive issues affecting the nation. However, I want to assure you that I have full support of not only the state, but the entire government of the Republic of Zambia. Now, others might wonder to say, he is mentioning the state, but he's also mentioning the government of the Republic of Zambia. Well, these are two different entities and institutions. GRZ is different from the state. The state include the security system, the defense system, the entire sovereignty of the country. That include the state. So when we say the state, we mean the entire nation now, and everything is encompassed in the word state. You can do a bit of research by checking in the dictionary on the definition of the word state and the government. Hence, my willingness to give this explanation in order to help my fellow citizens understand and comprehend the robust role that I play in the country. I also want to make it clear that I am not an enemy of the government, neither am I an enemy of the Republican president, His Excellency, any sitting president. Actually, I am one person who should be very close to the office of the president, the Republican president. The reason is simple. I'm supposed to be the #1 loyal person because I should pledge allegiance and loyalty to the government and to the Republican president, who is the head of the entire state for the Republic of Zambia. When you listen to my statements and articles that sometimes I issue, or those issued by the organization that I represent, sometimes they might sound critical, they might sound detrimental or negative towards the government of the day. Little does it mean I'm opposed to the government, I'm trying to challenge the government. Not at all. In fact, it means I'm trying all I can to help the government of the day to align itself in accordance to the democratic tenets and the Constitution of the Republic of Zambia for the betterment of itself. It means that I really want the government to do the right thing so that the party in government remains in power. That's what it means. But at the same time, it could also mean that I am supposed to give criticism and objective analysis based on what is obtaining on the ground, and have to be original, genuine, and authentic at the same time. I also showed another critical responsibility in the dispensation of civic education in the country. I provide civic education to the people in the country. It is my responsibility doing that. Except for some time now, I've not been given my official status and an office. And it is up to His Excellency himself, the Republican President, at his right time to give me my status. I'm not given my status and my official office so that I start operating from my official office. However, I'm given the prerogative and authority and mandate to continue serving as national ambassador until I am officially facilitated. Thank you so much for taking your time listening to this audio message. And at the same time, I want to assure you that I mean well not only to the citizens of the Republic of Zambia, but I mean well to all political parties in Zambia. I mean well to the Republican president. I mean well to the office of president. I also mean well to everyone, including those that have come to live with us in Zambia. I mean well to everyone. And I wish you a happy new year and happy festive season. Enjoy yourself. Be responsible enough. We need you in 2024. And these are my few remarks as we go into the new year of 2024. I'll be producing a video of this speech, and I'll be publishing it and circulating it within a few days to come. Thank you so much. Be assured of my agape love for you. I love you so much. And please keep well. Thank you.